There is nothing quite like payday, and seeing that hard-earned pay hit your bank account and imagining all of the fun and important things that you'll do with it. But if your job is anything like mine, then it could be weeks between when you do the work and when that money actually hits your bank account. But what if I told you that every day could be payday? Today, we're going to take a look at the popular app Earnin, which is an incredibly powerful service that lets you get paid up to $100 per day as you work, rather than waiting weeks for that paycheck to hit your account. But before we get into the details of how Earnin works, if you are the financially savvy viewer that I know you to be, then you're probably saying to yourself, that sounds an awful lot like a payday lending service. So I want to make it very clear from the start that Earnin is not a payday lender. They charge no interest, there's no mandatory fees, and there's no credit checks because their product is not a traditional loan. You can never go into debt with Earnin or have to deal with collections, which is one of the many differences that sets Earnin apart from a payday lender. Also, I would just never put my stamp of approval on an app if I didn't think it would have a positive impact on your life. So when Earnin reached out to me asking to sponsor this video, as usual, I did a ton of research on my own. I downloaded the app and tried it myself to see if it is actually a worthwhile product, and based on the fact that you're watching this video, it definitely is. So if at any point in today's video you want to learn more and check out Earnin for yourself, then I'll leave a link for that down below the like button. So we've established that Earnin isn't a payday lender, which have been around forever and absolutely suck. So how does Earnin work and what makes it different? When you download the app, you'll securely link your bank account and add your employment info. This gives Earnin the info that they need to verify your pay schedule and how much you typically get paid. And the nice thing is that as long as your pay schedule is pretty consistent, you can use the app. Once you've linked your account, there are two different ways that you can start tracking your pay as you work. First, you can turn on location services, and Earnin will automatically recognize when you're at work. Or for all of my work from home friends out there, you can also verify your work email address to show that you are employed. So once that's set up, you'll see your earnings coming in the app as you work. Now, this isn't about getting your entire paycheck. This is about having access to your money as you earn it, so that you don't have to fall back on a credit card that's going to charge you ridiculous interest rates or pay late fees on your bills. Right now with Earnin, you're able to access up to $100 per day and up to $750 per pay period. The amounts available to you are called your daily max and pay period max, and each is determined by a number of variables like how much you regularly get paid, your linked bank account balance, and your spending habits. So your earnings will accumulate in the app throughout your pay period each day that you work and are available to transfer directly into your bank account anytime as they grow. So when that bill comes in higher than expected, or you've got to fill your car with gas so you can get to work but you don't have the cash on hand, or you've got a bill due this week but your paycheck doesn't arrive until next week, or maybe you just want to participate in that special occasion, you can now access your earnings within minutes. And this is where the huge differentiator comes into play, so listen up. Like I said earlier, Earnin has no mandatory fees, so you can transfer money directly in the app and that money will arrive in your bank account in 1 to 3 business days. But you do have the option to use their lightning speed feature, which deposits this cash into your bank account in minutes. The fee is only up to $3.99 depending on the transfer amounts. And this is just like other popular peer-to-peer transfer apps like Venmo or Cash App that let you transfer your money for free in 1 to 3 business days or instantly transfer for a small fee. You're also able to leave an optional tip for any transfers that you make, and the keyword here is optional. If you enjoy the app and the convenience that it provides you, and if you'd like to occasionally pay for that to help keep the service going for other Earnin members, then you have the option to leave an optional tip. I'm making this painfully clear because it is super important to reiterate that no matter what, you always have the option to just use the standard transfer speed without leaving a tip and access your earnings without any interest or fees, which is amazing. Yes, the ability to instantly transfer those funds is nice, and yes, the ability to leave a tip is great, and if you enjoy the service, then I absolutely encourage you to do that. But it's the choice here that makes Earnin a safe and reliable reliable option for anyone who wants to access their money as they earn it versus waiting for payday or taking out a costly loan or cash advance. And either way, Earnin doesn't charge any interest, and it's all based on the money that you've actually already earned. So even if you do decide to use the lightning speed feature or leave an optional tip, you will never get caught in that cycle of debt with Earnin. And that is really the key difference here. Additionally, Earnin lets you easily set aside up to $50 a day from your linked account into your own personal tip jar to help create a little buffer in your budget or save up for a big purchase, a goal that you're working towards, or just a rainy day. You can even put it on autosave to have Earnin automatically transfer a set portion of your paycheck into one of your tip jars right when your paycheck hits. And I'm a huge fan of that because study after study has shown that automating your saving and investing is statistically more effective than doing all of those things manually. Okay, so we've covered how to sign up for the app and link your bank account and employment info so Earnin can calculate the earnings that you'll get as you work. So what happens when payday actually comes around? Well, it's pretty simple. When your paycheck lands in your linked bank account from your job, Earnin automatically debits the amount of earnings that you've accessed over your pay period, plus any of those optional lightning speed fees or tips. So let's say I get paid $2,000 every other week. Well, let's say using Earnin, I accessed $500 of my earnings throughout the past 2 weeks to help pay my bills on time and tie me over to my paycheck. And now that it's payday, my $2,000 paycheck will hit my account, and Earnin will simply debit the $500 that I already used from that paycheck. That means that, as you may have noticed, thanks to very simple math, my net income is still $2,000. Now again, if you decide to use a few of those instant transfers or leave a tip, then Earnin would debit $500 plus any of those optional instant transfer fees or tips, obviously. But that's it. No absurd fees or fees that you didn't see coming or ridiculously high interest rates that don't go away. And then your earnings will start accumulating again. When you break down the numbers, it's obvious that Earnin is literally just giving you access to the money that you've already worked to earn without taking on any debt. They're just making it available to you before your paycheck actually hits your account. Plus, they also have a free credit monitoring service that can help you monitor and improve your credit score, and 24/7 customer support should you need to call them for any reason. Okay, the last thing we of course have to talk about is who is the service actually for, because it certainly isn't for everybody, and not to be over dramatic, but I do want to talk about how it could save you from living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. First of all, in the grand scheme of things, we're talking about $100 per day max right now. So if you're sitting on a ton of money or have a well-established emergency fund, then chances are this service isn't for you. You can still use Earnin for investing, paying down debt more aggressively, and staying out of your savings, but as far as breaking the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, you're probably not going to see that benefit if you're already sitting on a pile of cash. And if that's the case, then good for you. I'm proud of you. But if you're like me and you hate waiting weeks to actually get your paycheck in some cases, or if you constantly feel like you're stumbling from one paycheck to the next, just trying to make ends meet, then I'm not exaggerating when I say that Earnin could literally change your financial life. What's the first thing someone typically does who's living paycheck to paycheck and can't make ends meet? They grab a credit card, swipe that thing, and tell themselves that I'll pay it off once I get my paycheck. And that may feel like a great idea until the next emergency pops up and the next bill shows up in the mail, and suddenly your next paycheck is out the door before it even hit your account. And oh, by the way, that swipe of the credit card is also going to cost you 20 to 30% in interest, which is now piling on top of that credit card purchase. Not a great situation, but it's a reality for millions of people. Earnin, on the other hand, gives you access to your pay as you work without the fear of insurmountable interest rates or hidden fees, and gives you a little bit of breathing room to start building that emergency fund or pay down that credit card debt or covering that bill on time and avoiding late fees, and all using your own money that you have already worked to earn. This could literally be the product that allows you to cut up that credit card that you always fall back on as a crutch and say goodbye to the budget gymnastics you have to do every week just to figure out how you're going to fill your car with gas. And it's my hope that that little bit of breathing room that Earnin can provide you will be enough to truly point your financial situation in a positive direction towards a life of peace and financial wellness that you've never experienced. In fact, 58% of Earnin customers say Earnin has helped them save money, and 81% say it's reduced their financial stress. So if you're wondering if that's possible for you, chances are it is. Again, huge thank you to Earnin for sponsoring today's video and creating a tool that I genuinely believe can have such a positive impact on so many people. If you want to make everyday payday, then again, I'll leave a link for Earnin down below the like button. But until next time, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.